Enjoy this brief video presentation about the life of Dinah Washington.
Sing Dinah that was critically acclaimed. In order to shape my story, I met her extraordinarily talented family. So it came as no surprise to me that she would ascend to heights of greatness. She embodied all of the family's talents. She was not only a singer, she was a musician, she was an entrepreneur, founder of the first Black-owned talent agency, Queen's Booking Agency. I became very acquainted with her family, her parents, Ollie and Alice Jones, her sisters, the late Estrelita Dukes and Clarissa Smith, her two sons, George Jenkins and Bobby Grayson, nieces, Kristin and Demita. This was a beautiful, solid family comprised of ministers, musicians, educators, successful entrepreneurs, attorneys, and a younger brother, Kirkland, who was a highly respected judge in California. Talent runs in this bloodline. The whole family is talented. Dinah is a grandmother of 8 beautiful, smart children. 2 of them are with us here tonight and joining in this family tribute. I had the pleasure of meeting these 2 young ladies while I was in New York doing the show Dinah, Queen of the Blues. They were little girls then. Tonight is the family's tribute to Dinah Washington, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce her granddaughter, Joy Lisa Jenkins.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to our grandmother's show. We're so happy and excited for you to hear her music and her accomplishments. My sister Angela has always had a passion for our grandmother's music. So let's welcome to the stage, Angel Michelle.
Hello, everyone. I'd also like to say my cousin Bobby, Barbara Grayson's son, is in the audience as well. I got a West Side baby. He's from way, way across the town. Yes, I got a West Side baby. He's from way, way across the town. And when I'm with my baby, I don't want another soul around. Well, he always comes to see me, traveling by streetcar, bus, or air. Yes, he always comes to see me, traveling by streetcar, bus, or air. And before I know what's happening, he's downstairs ringing my bell. Oh, well, he's kinda tall and lanky, always dresses in style, very seldom says much, just wears that lovely smile. That's my West Side baby, y'all, from way, way across the town, yeah. And when I'm with my baby, I don't want another soul around. He came by the other morning, I was feeling awfully bad. When he started to love me, I got the best feeling I ever had. Yes, that's my West Side baby, y'all, yeah. Way, way across the town. And when I'm with my baby, I don't want another soul around. Now listen, y'all. Now when I'm old and feeble and can barely see the light, all I want is my baby to hold me real, real tight. That's my West Side baby, y'all, yeah, from way, way across the town. And when I'm with my baby, I don't want another soul around. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, give it up again one more time. Dinah Washington's granddaughter, part of this family tribute. One more time for Angel. All right. I encourage everyone to fasten your seatbelts. We are about to take off for a journey in music. Destination Dinah, written by and starring her niece, one of the finest singers and musicians in the country, She has received rave reviews for her vocal style and captivated performances. She is a singer, the one, the only. Put your hands together, please, and welcome Kristin the Songstress.
Come and take a trip in my rocket ship. We'll have a lovely afternoon. Kiss the world goodbye. Away we will fly. Destination moon. We'll travel fast as a light till we're out of sight. The world will be like a toy balloon. What a thrill you get riding on my jet. Destination moon. And we'll go up, 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 straight to the moon, we two. High in the starry blue. We'll be out of this world with you. So away we'll steal in my space mobile. A supersonic honeymoon. Leave your cares below. Pull the switch, let's go. Destination moon. It is such an honor for me to do this concert for you tonight. This is a dream come true. I've always loved my aunt's music, and I am going to take you on a very special musical journey. And we'll go up, 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 straight to the moon, we two. High in the starry blue. I'll go out of this world with you. So away we'll steal in my space mobile. A supersonic honeymoon. Leave your cares below. Pull the switch, let's go. Destination. We're flying high up in the sky. Destination, destination moon. Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going quite right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, my how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on, yeah. Never, 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 hey! Oh, blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Oh, bluebirds singing a song. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Never saw the sun shining so bright, and I never saw things going quite right. When you're in love, my how they fly, oh, blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Tonight, we celebrate the music of one of the greatest singers of our time. Many think of her only as a singer, but my Aunt Ruth was also a pianist. In fact, she played for the Sally Martin Singers, and she sang with them as well. so she could go from jazz to R&B to blues, just like this. I've got a man who treats me like the rest. I said, I've got a man, he treats me like the rest. He gets me so worried, I don't even know where I'm at. I said, Papa, why you so salty? Why do you bring me down? I said, Papa, why you so salty? Why do you bring me down? There's no complaints when my other man's around. Woo, yeah. You can clap along, it's all right. Such a salty papa. I give you all my loving. You say I wear you out. You say that you can't do without. Make up your mind. I'm so confused with you. You need a different line. So let me go and tell you something. You better go get you another kind of woman. Oh, go get you another kind of woman that can read your mind. Oh yeah. So Dinah could go from blues to jazz effortlessly. And I want to sing one of her most popular tunes, and I know you know what it is. All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Then take my lips. I wanna lose them. Then take my arms, 'cause I'll never use them. Well, your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How do you expect me to go on, dear, without you? Since you took the part that once was my heart, so I suggest, baby, you come and get the rest of me. But all your goodbyes left me with eyes that cry. How do you expect me to go on, dear, without you? Then you took the best. So why don't you rush back and take the rest? So come on, baby. Come on and get the rest of me. Come on, baby, and get the rest of me. so from 1950 until her untimely death in 1963, Aunt Ruth had a string of songs and albums. The next selection is from her hit album, Dinah Sings for Those in Love, arranged and produced by Quincy Jones. Living for you is easy living. It's easy to live when you're in love, and I'm so in love. There's nothing in life but you. I'll never regret the years that I'm giving. They're easy to give when you're in love. I'm happy to do whatever I do for you. For you. Maybe I'm a fool, but it's fun. People say you rule me with one wave of your hand. Darling, it's grand. Oh, they just don't understand that living for you is easy living. It's easy to live. Your love, and I'm so in love. There's nothing in life but you. Living for you is easy living. It's easy to live when you're in love, and I'm so in love. There's nothing in this world but you. If you've ever seen Dinah perform live, and some of you might have if you're a little older, she was quite the character and very funny. And this song is an example of just that. Relax, Max. Your nerves are just like jumping jacks, Max. Your heart is beating with a crazy sound. Hear it pound, bumping, 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 jumping up and down. Stay cool, fool. Just take it easy, that's the rule, fool. The evening hasn't even started yet. So my pet, control yourself, don't get upset. Don't think I'm cold if you say I'm too bold. I've been moved by the moon up above. 'Cause I want your kiss just as you want my kiss. But a kiss is no kiss without love. you gotta prove your love to me. When you do, I'll love you, love you, love you like you want me to. Don't say I'm cold if I say you're too bold. I've been fooled by the moon up above. I want your kiss just as you want my kiss, but relax, Max. Your heart is just like jumping jacks, Max, and it's beating with this crazy sound. Hear it pound, a thumping, 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 thumping all around.
All right. I hope you're enjoying the show. We're going to take a 15-minute intermission. And during that time, you can visit the beautiful exhibit outside. And please go by the Dinah table, where you can purchase The Adventures of Dinah Washington book, and also The Adventures of Dinah Washington coloring book, and many CDs and many vinyl albums that are purchased. So we're going to take 15 minutes. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Thank you. And welcome to Club Dinah Land. We're going to have a good time tonight. I'm your host, Manuel Arrington. I will be hosting Club Dinah tonight. And I heard that the Queen is here herself. So we're going to have a great time tonight with the Queen. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Dinah Land.
Okay. Ooh, girl, I can't wait until I see my friends. We gonna have a girl. What's going on? How you doing, girl? Look, girl, it's so good to see you. Good to see you. Look, honey, I'm gonna put my do not disturb hat on because Dinah is coming, and I don't want to hear nobody. Okay? Look.
My favorite singer. Don't even try it.
But look, girl, she gonna tear that house down. Woo, girl, I'm gonna do the boogaloo, the shaking leg, the everything, girl. I'm just gonna be girl, yes, honey. But girl, that's all right.
I got to let
Honey.
the announcer know that the sister's gonna be here.
Okay, girl, because I'm ready.
No, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I had to grease this man's palm with $20 bill. This is crazy. It's hard to get in here. But I bought y'all some drinks here.
Hey, baby, I love
baby.
you. How you doing? You
I'm good, baby. You looking all good, baby. You looking all good.
You might give me some sugar right now. I ain't playing with you.
Looking all good, baby.
Look, you better be glad that he didn't charge you $80 because he charged the old boy $50 and then he charged
Wait a
Fred
minute.
$80.
Who is Fred? Now, who is Fred?
You know who Fred Jackson is? That's her cousin.
Right, don't worry about that. That's my cousin.
Okay, well, y'all,
right, that's my cousin, right? Mm-hmm, I know.
Drink the drink up. I got to pee. Gotta go.
What was Harry back, honey?
How you gonna bring up your ugly
Girl,
name?
I was not.
can't do that.
Why didn't you hit me, girl?
I was hitting you. What you want me to do? Punch you?
To do whatever you got to do, girl. You almost got me busted. Ooh.
You was busting yourself.
Look, it's your fault.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So whatever.
Well, you know what? I just got word that the sister of Dinah Washington is here. So we want to hear from her directly what she has to say.
Oh, hey.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here. And I've been asked to talk a little bit about my relationship with Dinah, and I really don't mind because a lot of people knew her one way and I knew her another way. So this is the Dinah I knew, and you probably won't even recognize her because she was a very family-oriented person. And I want to tell you a couple of stories. about her and about my relationship with her. And the first thing I think about is, since we're in Dinah land, I'm thinking about this instance that I had with her. And I had gone to the club just to see how it was. She had just gotten the club and just leased it from Herman Roberts. And I went to the club and I looked around and I took my fiance at the time. His name was Eugene. And we got there and we were looking around and we decided we were going to see the show and going to have a bite to eat and so forth. And when we got there, we discovered that the dishwasher had just quit, the guy who was washing dishes. And my sister came out and said, you know, the dishwasher quit. I don't know what I'm going to do. And my fiance at the time said, oh, Miss Washington, don't worry. Me and Clarissa will take care of the dishes. And I looked at him, like, are you kidding? These people, this place is packed. Everybody's eating. And I said, look at all those dishes. And then I said, oh, I better think about that for a while. And I said, oh, yeah, well, we'll help out. So Eugene and I spent the evening in the kitchen washing dishes. And about 4 o'clock in the morning, I think we finished. And she was very grateful. She thanked us and everything. And my fiance said, you know, this is going to really earn me some points with your sister. I said, yeah, you probably will be her best friend from now on. So, and this actually happened. And this was the first time I had gone to the club. Another instance that I can think of that's really funny, well, not really funny, but it was just something that it's like a cherished memory, because all of you, or the people who were, they were in New York at the time, and they remember that one of the U.S. representatives back in the 60s was Dr. Adam Clayton Powell, and I had the honor to meet him. And we went to his church, which was Abyssinian Baptist Church in Harlem. It's the oldest Baptist church in Harlem, New York. I think it was founded in like 1808. But we went there, my sister Dinah, and her real name was Ruth, and we really didn't call her Dinah, we called her Ruth. And we went to the church, and it was my mother and myself and Dinah. And when he saw us there, they were having a civil rights rally. And he said, oh, Dinah, don't you want to sing for us? Give us a couple of numbers. And she said, well, why not? I have my mother and my sister with me, and said my sister can play the piano, and she can play for us. And I'm looking at her like, thousands of people in this church, and she wants me to play for her and my mother in public. And so I said, oh, okay, well, I'll go along with it. So I played for them, and we sang a hymn. I can't remember what we sang at this point, but we sang something, and we got a standing ovation, and everybody really enjoyed it. And this was my chance to sing with her and my mother at Abyssinian Baptist Church. Another incident that I can think of that was really nice was something that we did for my sister. My sister Estrelita and my brother Harold. We mentioned that my brother Harold became a judge in the court in California, and my sister Estrelita was younger than me. But we decided to give Estrelita a birthday party. And this was when I had only been married maybe a couple of years at that point. And we were still struggling, even though I was Dinah Washington's sister, she wasn't going to be taking care of me because it didn't work that way. That's your husband, he's going to take care of you.
Come on.
So back in the old days, when they did stuff right.
Come on, say it again.
So anyway, we had a small, tiny apartment, and we decided we were going to have and it was in the William Green Homes, and I'll let you know that I lived there for a year, and we lived on the 16th floor. So we were having this party for my sister, and we invited a few people because we had a small place. And we had invited Dinah to come, and we didn't know whether she was going to come or not, because usually she was too busy to come. But this time she surprised us, and she showed up. And when she was on her way up to the party, she got in the elevator and she had two of her friends with her, like this couple with her, and they happened to be white. And she had on her mink coat as usual because she didn't go anywhere unless she had on mink. And they got in the elevator, and these two young guys got in the elevator, and they looked at Dinah and her two friends, and they said, "Oh, where are you and Whitey going?" And she said, "None of your business. And what do you got that rag on your head for?" And, she wasn't afraid to speak up and say what she thought. And she was carrying what she usually carries when she goes in a neighborhood or goes somewhere where she doesn't know her way. And that was her little piece. She had her gun with her under her coat. And she passed the gun to the guy that was sitting next to her, the couple. And then he pulled it out and he showed it to him and he said, "Well, I think you all need to get off the elevator." So he stopped the elevator and they got off. And then they went on up to the 16th floor. And when they got to my apartment, of course, she was telling everybody, these two guys got on there and they thought they were going to be smart with us, but I pulled my piece out. So they saw that and they were ready to get off the elevator at that point. So she called the police when she got to my apartment, and she told them who she was, and they sent a couple of guys that knew her, of course. She knew half the police department in Chicago. So they sent these two policemen to the apartment, and they got there, and they were partying with the young people that were there. And they stayed until everybody was ready to go. They said, "We want to make sure you get home safely," so they escorted everybody out when they left. And my sister said, "This is the best party I ever had." This was her 18th birthday. But this is the kind of stuff, that when you have a sister that's famous, you always got people who want to be around you, or somebody's always coming and, to things that you have, and they don't realize that she's like a sister, and she was a little more even like a mother. And she took us with her in the summer. We traveled with her. She would basically go on the East Coast in the summer. So this is when myself and my sister Estrelita, my brother Harold, and her two sons, the five of us would travel with her. And she was like a kid. She liked the amusement parks. She liked to go on picnics. She liked to go to the movies. And she would just have a lot of fun and treat us like we were like her children. And it was just a lot of fun being with her. She was very generous. She would give us gifts and just, whatever you asked for, she really spoiled us. So, this is how it was with Dinah. And it was really great. I'm glad that she was my sister. I'm glad I came along at that time. And that's just a little peek of what we did with Dinah. Thank you.
Right. Let's give it up for the sister of Dinah Washington, Clarissa.
Yeah, can I be your
Are you
friend?
ready for this bumpy ride? We finna go higher. The queen is here and she is ready. Right in her club, Dinah Land. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Dinah Washington.
Woo!
Dinah Land. This is my place, y'all. You know that, right?
Yeah.
This is where you get a chance to participate. So I want you to repeat after me. I said a hey.
Hey,
I said a hey.
I said hey, 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 hey.
Hey, brother, now, sister, now, y'all, now show me the way to get to Soville. Show me the way to go home. Show me the way to get to Soville. Because that's where I belong. Hey, hey, show me the way to get to
Show me
Soville.
the way.
Come on, take me way across the track.
Show me the way.
Hey, brothers and sisters and children too. They are sitting there rocking them back. Gonna be some soul folks who knows all the tricks. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gonna eat some soul. Well now, it'll make you limber. It'll make you quick. It'll make you jump over the candlestick. Hey, show me the way to get to
Show me the way.
Show me the way to go home.
Show me the way.
Show me the way to get to
Show me the way.
Because that's where I belong. Gonna meet some soul folks who knows all the tricks. Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna need some soul. Well now, it'll make you limber. It'll make you quick. It'll make you jump over the candlestick. Hey, show me the way to get the
Show me
shovel.
the way.
Come on, take me way across the track.
Show me the way.
Hey, brothers and sisters and children
Show me
too.
the way.
They are sitting there racking them back. Oh, show me the way to get to Soville. Show me the way to go home. Show me the way to get to Soville. Because that's where I belong. Because that's where I belong. Because that's where I belong. All right now. Ooh, I think I see Brooke Benson.
Hey, baby, how you doing, baby?
All right, baby, I'm doing great. How you doing? Hey!
Looking real good tonight.
You looking good too. All right.
If you wanna give me good kisses like that, don't you know I'm gonna
All
give
right,
it to
now,
you
baby.
right back. I said a kiss in a good way.
That's a kissing good
Ah,
way.
it's a kiss in a good way.
That's a kissing good way.
Ah, that's a kiss in a good way to mess around and fall in love.
If you're gonna start out hugging me tight, don't mess around and just hug me right. Cause that's a hugging good way.
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 That's a hugging good way to mess around and fall in love.
Yes. Listen, you know when I call you on the phone,
Yes, you sure did, baby.
and I figured you was all alone.
Ooh, you gonna come over?
And when you come around the winter,
Ah, yeah.
oh, you better stop now if you don't know what you're doing.
Ooh, you kiss me and you rock my soul. Don't mess around, knocking rock and roll, cause that's a rocking good way.
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 That's a rocking good way to mess around and fall in love. You know you called me on the
I
phone
sure called you, baby.
just because I was alone.
That's the reason why I called, baby.
And you came around wooing. Well, you better ask somebody if you don't know what to do.
Why don't you come on and walk that rockin' and roll? Come on, baby, with the and rock my soul, cause there's a rockin' good way.
That's a rocking
baby.
good
Oh,
way.
that's a rockin' good way.
That's a rocking good way.
That's a rockin' good way to mess around and fall in love. I think we should say it together this time.
Yeah.
There's a rockin' good way to mess around and fall in
Ooh,
love.
that sounds good. One more time.
Uh-huh. There's a rockin' good way to mess around and fall in love. Yeah, baby, you got it.
All right.
You got it,
You know
baby.
you got what it takes.
I'm trying to do what I got to do,
Now you
baby.
gotta stay on my spot now.
Well, you know, you the queen. Okay, all right.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
come on back. We're gonna do another song.
All right, you got some.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, come on, pull those hands together. Come on, y'all. Yeah. Well, it takes more than a robin to make the winter go. And it takes two lips of fire to melt away the snow.
And it takes two hearts of cooking
Talk about it, baby.
to make a fire grow.
Yes, baby, uh-huh.
And baby, you got what it takes.
I know I do.
And it takes a lot of loving
Oh, yes, it does, baby.
to make a romance sweet. And it takes a lot of kissing to make my life complete.
Well, it takes a whole lot
yes,
of
a whole lot of women, baby.
yes, to knock me off my feet. Yes, and baby,
Baby.
you got what it takes.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I said,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
what it takes. You say it takes more than a lifetime.
Oh, yeah, Daddy.
To stay away from you.
You can't stay away from me, can you?
And it takes a whole lot of woman, baby,
Yes.
to prove that I'll be true. Yeah.
And it takes somebody special.
You know I'm very special to you, baby.
To make me say I do.
Uh-huh.
And baby, you got what it takes.
And I know I do. I love when you do it like that, baby.
Yeah. I said,
You know you got just what
yes,
it
I
takes. You know you got more than a woman, baby.
Yes.
You're more than a woman. You're more than a woman for me.
yes.
And I vow for my lifetime to love you for eternity. Yeah.
And it takes two hearts of fire to make that fire make it grow.
Yeah, baby.
And baby, you got
What it takes. I think we should say that one more time.
All right.
And baby,
And baby, you
got what it takes.
Ooh, one more.
Say it for the people in the back.
Right.
I said, baby, she's got what it takes. Yeah, baby, you got it.
All right,
You got it, baby.
Brooke.
All right, y'all.
Now you know you're not getting paid for that, right? That
You
was a
sure,
favor.
baby?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. Did you guys enjoy Brooke Benson? We had some great songs, and they really played on the radio, and we just had a great time. Now, you know, I had so many hits, thanks to everyone here, and I want to do something for you right now. Did you say I've got a lot to learn? Well, don't think I'm trying not to learn, since this is the perfect spot to learn. Teach me tonight. Let's start with the ABC of it. Roll right down to the XYZ of it. Help me solve the mystery of it. Teach me tonight. The sky's a blackboard high above you, and if a shooting star goes by, I'll use that star to say I love you 1,000 times across the sky. One thing isn't very clear, my love. Should the teacher stand so near, my love? Graduation's almost here, my love. Teach me tonight. A blackboard high above you, and if a shooting star goes by, I had a lot of husbands, 7 to be exact. So I was really mad about the boy. I'm mad about the boy. And I know it's stupid to be mad about the boy. I'm so ashamed of it, but must admit the sleepless nights I've had about the boy. On the silver screen, he melts my foolish heart with every single scene. Although I'm quite aware that here and there are traces of the kid about the boy. Lord knows I'm not a fool, girl. I really shouldn't care. This our diversity of misery and joy. I'm feeling quite insane and young again, and all because I'm mad about the boy. Thank you so much. You know, I love New York, and I would only leave to go to heaven. So I'm gonna take you to Manhattan. We'll have Manhattan, the Bronx and Staten Island too. It's lovely going through the zoo. It's very fancy on old Delancey Street, you know. The subway charms us so when balmy breezes blow to and fro. And tell me what street compares with my street in July. Sweet push carts gliding by. The great big cities, a wondrous toy, just made for a girl and a boy. many hits in my career, but this is one I really loved. What fruit it bears. What's good is love. That no one shares. And if my life is like the dust, ooh, that hides the glow of a rose, what good am I? Heaven only knows. Oh, this bitter earth. Yes, it can be so cold. Today you're young, too soon you're old. But while a voice within me cries, so it may answer my call, and this bitter earth, ooh, may not be so bitter after all. So in my life, I found that it was bitter at times, but then it wasn't so bitter after all because I had beautiful children. And so that gave me comfort. But life continues on, and you have relationships and more relationships, and then you start to think, like I used to tell me and my buddy Billie Holiday, is you is or is you ain't my baby. Come on. I've got a man that's always late anytime we have a date, but I love him. I love him. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk up to his gate just to see if we can get this thing straight, cause I want him. And you know I get what I want. And I've got to have him. Oh, is you is or is it you ain't my baby? The way you're acting lately makes me doubt you still my baby, baby. Yeah. It seems the flame in my heart done gone out. Let me tell you one thing. A man is a creature that's always been strange. Just when you're sure of one, he goes and makes a change. Is you is or is you ain't my baby? Maybe baby's found somebody new. A man is a creature that's always been strange. Just when you think you got him all figured out, then he goes and makes a change. It's you is or is it you ain't my baby? Tell me, I wanna know. Maybe baby's found somebody new. Well, you know what? I need to find me a baby too. Let me say that one more time. Maybe I need to go find me a baby too. All throughout my 39 years of living, I never gave up on love because I loved the idea of love. So I was finally happy at the end of my life. I don't hurt anymore. Oh, my teardrops are dried. No more walking the floor with that burning inside. Just to think it could be. Time has opened the door. Now I'm finally free. I don't hurt anymore. No use to deny. I wanted to cry the day you said we were through. But now I find that I'm out of my mind. And I should believe that it's true. I've forgotten somehow how I cared so before. And it's wonderful now. I don't hurt anymore. You know what? No use to deny. I wanted to die the day you said we were through. But now I find that you're out of my mind. And I can't believe that it's true. I've forgotten somehow how I cared so before. And it's wonderful now that I don't hurt anymore. It's wonderful now that I don't hurt anymore. So, this song was never really my favorite. But most people won't believe that because it won a Grammy in 1959 for Best R&B Performance, which was the second Grammy Award. So you know what? I learned to love it. What a difference a day made. 24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers where there used to be rain. My yesterday was blue deep. Today I'm a part of you deep. My lonely nights are through deep. Since you said you were mine, a day makes, and the difference is you. Oh Lord, what a difference a day makes. There's a rainbow before me. Clouds above can be stormy. In that moment of bliss, that thrilling kiss is heaven when you find romance on your menu. What a difference a day makes, and the difference is you. Oh, what a difference a day makes, and the difference is you. Oh, what a difference a day made, and the difference is you. All right. How'd you guys like the show? I hope you learned some things about the great Dinah Washington. So at this time, none of this would have been possible without my beautiful mother, Clarissa Smith. And this concert is in memory of my father, Eugene Smith Sr. My great musical director, Miguel de la Serna, has been such an inspiration to me. And he encouraged me when I was getting frustrated. He was always there for me. I love Miguel for that. And to my drummer, Frank Morrison. He's only 21 years old. And I think he did a phenomenal job. And our fabulous double bass player, Josh Ramos. Let's give it up for him. My stage manager, Geraldine Bates. Let's give it up for Geraldine Bates and her assistant, Jaleesa. And my cast back here, Cynthia Sardin. My sister, Demita Cox. Marcus Seymour, my Brooke Benton. He did his thing, y'all. My niece, Danielle Hussey. And Sasha Dalton, come on out here. Sasha has been a member of our family forever. She's just kind of put herself in and we accepted her. She loves my Aunt Ruth, just like we do. So we want her to come out as well. And to my fabulous husband, Miguel Atkins. Everything you see here, he helped me put it together. So I love him for that. My wonderful family, my cousins, and Dinah's grandchildren, can you please stand so they can see you? And we want to thank Angel, Michelle, and Joy Lisa. Can they come out? I'd like for them to come out on the stage. While we're waiting for them, I just want to thank all of you because it means so much to me that you supported my vision. And also, last but not least, my Ashburn family. Give it up for my Ashburn family. I've been teaching 29 years, but I've been at Ashburn for 17. So thank you to Principal Hegwood and Assistant Principal Freeman. So it truly takes a village to do a production. And I am just so grateful for everyone that is here. And my cousin, Patrice Sam, who mans my book stations, and all of my helpers, Deborah Smiles, Dr. Keisha Kareem, Robert Rockymore, Eddie Johnson, who did my slide, Shirlene Jones. I thank all of you guys for being a part of this and for helping me. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Let's give my sister, Kristin Yvette Smith Atkins, a standing ovation applause. She did a wonderful job. And give yourself a wonderful round of applause.
I am the president of Heaven Sent Records, and giving honor to God as I always do, and my dad who started the record label. So my mom and my sister would have a voice that it would not go, unnoticed. So like she said, I hate to do names, but Deborah, my cousin, thank you for helping. My beautiful cousin who I've been keeping in touch with, Tracy, I love you. And once again, my mom and Andrea Tracy Browning for the makeup she did on my sister. You guys be safe. We love you. I love you, my Uncle Bobby. Thank you so much, Bobby and Beverly. They have supported everything that we've always done. I love my family. Marie and her husband, I love you guys. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Andy the Barber Doll. She did my makeup. And she's also an actress as well. Thank you guys. Love everyone.